What did you say to him? What did you tell him? Huh? About what? About Mom and Dad? Because we don't know who killed them.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at the various portrayals of brothers and convicted killers Lyle and Erik Menéndez in media. We won't be including media that's only inspired by their case.
My dad believed in me. He thought that I could be a tennis champion.
Honor Thy Father and Mother, the true story of the Menéndez murders.
Erik! Come on! Erik, get in the car! Come on!
Even before the Menéndez brothers had been convicted, Hollywood was capitalizing on their notoriety. This movie, which originally aired on Fox, has a rather unwieldy title and a rather uneven execution.
Dear son, as you know, to me, the family is the most important thing in my life, and I hope it will be in yours. I have total trust in both you and Erik.
Starring Billy Warlock and David Barone as Lyle and Erik, and James Ferrantino and Jill Clayburgh as parents Jose and Kitty, it feigns objectivity but clearly is biased in favor of the brothers. But the biggest issue is how dully the fascinating story is rendered.
Do you want to know how it happened?
Sure. We were coming home from a movie to get my fake ID so we could meet Perry at the bars.
The cast does their best to add dimension to their underwritten parts, and Ferrantino is particularly terrifying as an abusive patriarch.
Erik, who was John Mitchell?
The special prosecutor?
Don't disappoint me, son.
Maybe the boys have had enough.
He can fend for himself, damn it!
Overall, though, Honor Thy Mother and Father is mostly just another run-of-the-mill TV movie. Menéndez, A Killing in Beverly Hills.
What part of our agreement didn't you understand?
Dad, it's not that. It's just...
Listen to yourself. It's not that. It's not this. It's something else. You're old enough to be a man. If you can't be one, act like one.
In this mini-series for CBS, Jose and Kitty are played by Edward James Olmos and Beverly D'Angelo, while sons Lyle and Erik are portrayed by Damian Chapa and Travis Fine.
Sometimes it seems like he'd wipe us out if he could.
Of course he could.
He's like a boa constrictor, you know? Squeeze and let go, squeeze and let go.
Though it arrived a month after Honor Thy Father and Mother, this one is decidedly better. Much of this is thanks to the talents of the cast. Chapa and Fine bear a striking resemblance to the real-life brothers and create fully formed characters struggling to cope with the negative influence of their parents.
I mean, you gotta accept it, for God's sake. He's gonna put the screws on now.
That's Dad. You gotta learn to live with it. You gotta understand where he's coming from.
Where is he coming from? What, Cuba?
Take it easy, Erik. I'm on your side.
Meanwhile, Olmos and D'Angelo do an excellent job of embodying people whose outer success cannot make up for their inner turmoil.
You know they hate me. I see it in their eyes.
Don't say that. Come on, don't even think that.
If you're interested in this case and have 3 hours to spare, it is worth a watch. Menéndez, Blood Brothers. After a TV movie and miniseries only a few months apart, you can see why people would want a respite from dramatized media about the Menéndez brothers, and they got one for 23 years.
So I'm only back a week before school starts, but that gives me just enough time for me to kick your ass at tennis.
Yeah, right.
Oh, we gotta go see the new Bond, too.
This Lifetime movie starring Nico Tortorella and Michael Olivier as Lyle and Erik, and Benito Martinez and Courtney Love as Jose and Kitty certainly has a glossier sheen than its predecessors, but it won't be mistaken for anything prestigious.
Mom, say something.
Sweetie, you'll be closer to me this way. Lyle's already left us for Princeton, and if you leave, who will I have left?
See? Settled. Stay here, and everybody's happy.
Instead, it is soapy, melodramatic, and pretty dismal overall, offering no new insights on this story decades later.
I didn't hear anything. I just came home.
An ambulance is on its way.
It does have a particularly dedicated performance from Love, who appears throughout as a presence haunting Erik.
The only reason I lasted this long was for my children. I love them so much. Erik.
Otherwise, there was a much better depiction of the case arriving just 2 months later. Law and Order True Crime, The Menéndez Murders. Perhaps jumping on the bandwagon after the success of American Crime Story and its multifaceted portrayal of the O.J. Simpson murder trial, NBC launched an anthology series of their own, Law and Order True Crime.
This is how it's supposed to look.
Yes. We have to look sharp for the memorial. We'll be on stage speaking.
This feels too tight.
That's the cut. We'll take it. And the 2 Armanis for me.
However, only one 8-episode season was produced, following the Menéndez brothers, played by Miles Gaston Villanueva and Gus Halper.
Just remember what Dad taught us. Master of our emotions. If I feel fear, I will plunge ahead. You're a Menéndez. You're gonna do great things.
Meanwhile, Jose and Kitty are played by Carlos Gomez and Lolita Davidovich. The true star of this, though, is Edie Falco as defense attorney Leslie Abramson, in an Emmy-nominated performance that further demonstrates her versatility.
I have an affidavit from a former patient you had an affair with and tried to strangle with a phone cord. Now, was that a sacred phone cord?
Lies. All lies.
These alleged threats, those are the lies.
Fusing the Law and Order formula with the Menéndez story, it can't completely shy away from luridness.
I do what I want in this family. Erik is going to his room, and you're not leaving this house.
You ruined this family.
Come on. Come on. Don't waste your time.
But its strengths are enough to make it worth a recommendation. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Monsters, the Lyle and Erik Menéndez story. Speaking of American Crime Story, series producer Ryan Murphy also helmed another similar true crime anthology series, the second season of which focuses on the Menéndez murders.
Okay, you have to shoot first so that you don't back out. What? Okay. I love you, Erik. I love you.
Nicholas Alexander Chavez and Cooper Koch play Lyle and Erik. But the true star power comes from Javier Bardem and Chloe Sevigny as parents Jose and Kitty.
No. I've heard about this girl, and she's a bimbo.
If that you pointed out yesterday, then no way.
A 9-episode series that occasionally veers into campiness, Monsters likely won't change your mind about Murphy's style.
What'd you tell him?
I didn't tell him anything.
Right. Because there's nothing to tell.
Right.
But strong performances, particularly from Bardem, are just enough to keep it compelling.
Oh yes, now I'm practicing my smile because we're going to end this session in 5 minutes and head down to Sears, the 4 of us.
One person who is decidedly not a fan? Erik Menendez, who referred to his and Lyle's depiction as, quote, disheartening slander. What true crime story do you think should be dramatized next? Let us know in the comments.
And that's the one, I think.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.